This video is to solve the problem 3 of homework 1 in the course Probability and Stochastic Process. The problem says that there is a transmitter which sends out 0 and 1 signals with certain probabilities, and there's a receiver which receives 0 and 1 signals with certain probabilities with respect to what signal is transmitted. And first question is to find the probability that data 0 is received. So let us first denote T0 as the event that 0 is transmitted, and denote T1 as the event that 1 is transmitted, and denote R0 that 0 is received, and R1 denote that 1 is received. According to the law of total probability, the probability that data 0 is received is equal to the conditional probability of R0 to occur when assuming T0 multiplies the probability of T0. That is the first part of the equation. And this part is to say what is the probability that 0 is received and 0 is transmitted. And plus the probability of R0 assuming T1 occurs multiplies the probability of T1. That is the second part. This part means that what is the probability of 0 is received and 1 is sent. So these two parts in total represents the law of total probability, which is equal to 0.5. And that's the answer of the first question. And the second question is to find the probability of error, that is, the probability that 1 is received when 0 was transmitted, or 0 is received when 1 was transmitted. So we let E denote the error event, and E is equal to R1 unions T0 and intersects the union of R0 and T1. That is to say, when 0 is transmitted and 1 is received, there's an error, and when 1 is transmitted and 0 is received, there is an error. So the probability of error is equal to, once again, the conditional probability of R1 assuming T0 multiplies the probability of T0. That is the first part. That is to say, this part corresponds to the probability of R1 and T0 both occur. That is to say, we transmit the 0 and receives in 1. So there's an error. And the second part, the conditional probability of R0 to occur assuming T1 multiplies the probability of T1. This part is to say, we transmit an 1 signal and we receive a 0 signal. So there's also an error. So these two parts combination makes up the total probability of error, which is equal to 0.26. So that's the answer to the second question.